I was told at 36 when I was trying to start a family that I was going to be going into early menopause.
Naomi Watts was 36. She was not trying to lose weight or fix her skin. She was trying to start a family. In the middle of trying to get pregnant, her doctor told her something that made her fall off her chair. She was approaching menopause. At 36, she did not even know the word perimenopause existed. In that moment of shock, something clicked. She remembered her own mother had gone into menopause early too, at 45, a detail she had heard once and never thought twice about. Suddenly, it was not just a random diagnosis. It was a pattern. She has described feeling ashamed, like it was the end of her dream of having children, the end of her career, the end of everything. What happened to Naomi Watts at 36 is happening to far more women than anyone admits. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why. The 5 signs most women and doctors completely miss, and what to do if this is already happening to you. Stay until the end. Sign 5 is the one almost nobody connects to perimenopause until it is too late. Perimenopause does not start at 50. A university endocrinology professor explains that women as young as 35 can experience it, even while still having regular periods. Naomi Watts has said that if menopause had not been such an off-limits topic, her experience would have been easier. Nobody told her, so for years she carried shame and confusion. A study found that over half of women ages 30 to 35 experience moderate to severe perimenopause symptoms. That rises to 64% by ages 36 to 40. If you are in your mid-30s right now, statistically you are more likely to be experiencing this than not, and the signs do not match what we were taught to expect. Sign 1. Mood swings disproportionate to what is happening. One actress described feeling hormonal shifts, the sweating, the moods, becoming suddenly furious for no reason. This is estrogen and progesterone fluctuating, and your nervous system reacting to chemical shifts it is not used to. Sign 2. Sleep falling apart for no clear reason. Naomi Watts described night sweats as one of her very first symptoms at 36, long before anyone would have considered her a candidate for menopause.
Sign 3. Brain fog that makes you feel like you are losing your edge. One well-known woman described being unable to concentrate on reading, her favorite thing to do. In your 30s, this is frequently dismissed as stress or burnout. It is frequently neither. Sign 4. Migraines or headaches with no clear trigger. This was one of Naomi Watts' earliest signs at 36, and one of the most misdiagnosed, treated as standalone instead of connected to the hormonal pattern underneath. Sign 5. The one almost nobody connects to perimenopause. Psychological symptoms appearing before physical ones. Researchers found anxiety, depression, and irritability peak between ages 41 and 45, well before hot flashes or irregular periods. If you are in your mid-30s with anxiety that feels different and your labs come back normal, this is exactly why. Nobody is testing for the thing actually happening. Most women do not seek treatment until 56 or older, even though symptoms started decades earlier. Both women and doctors assume they are too young, so symptoms get dismissed or blamed on stress. Here is something almost nobody asks their own mother. What age did she go through menopause? Naomi Watts' mother went through it at 45, and that single piece of family history was one of the most important clues to her own experience. Family history is one of the strongest predictors doctors use for perimenopause risk. If your mother or grandmother went through it early, your odds of an earlier transition rise too. This is a real clinical pattern, and one conversation most women have never had. So what do you do if you recognize these signs? First, ask your closest biological relative what age she went through menopause, and write it down. Second, get a hormonal panel, including estrogen, progesterone, FSH, and cortisol, and tell your doctor you want perimenopause considered regardless of age, mentioning your family history. Third,
Track symptoms alongside your cycle for 2 months. Fourth, do not accept you are too young as a final answer. This is medically documented, not rare or exceptional. Naomi Watts eventually had 2 children naturally, even after being told she might need a donor egg. She built her career around making sure other women do not feel the shame she did. You just needed someone to tell you what these signs mean and what to ask your own family. Now you know. Share this with a woman in her 30s who has been told her labs are normal but knows something is different. Subscribe to HealthaWoman, science-backed women's health every week. Your body is not broken. It is just waiting for you to understand it.